Imagine waking up tomorrow, only to discover that an entire year has already passed. At first, it sounds impossible, but if you're an adult, your brain is already doing something surprisingly similar. When you were a child, one summer vacation felt endless. Waiting for your birthday took forever. Even a single school year seemed like a lifetime. But now, Monday somehow becomes Friday. Weeks disappear, months blur together, and before you even realize it, another year is gone. Why does this happen? Why does life seem to speed up as we get older? Is time actually moving faster, or is your brain quietly changing the way it experiences reality? The answer has fascinated psychologists and neuroscientists for decades. And once you understand what's happening inside your brain, you'll never experience time the same way again. Time itself never changes. A second is still a second. A minute is still 60 seconds. The Earth's rotation hasn't sped up. The clocks around you are perfectly accurate. The answer is surprisingly simple: your perception. Your brain doesn't experience time the way a clock measures it. Instead, it builds time from memories, attention, and experience, which means the more your brain notices, the longer time feels. The less it notices, the faster life seems to pass. And that's where everything begins. Think back to when you were 6 years old. Almost everything around you was new. Your first day of school, your first best friend, your first bicycle, your first movie in a theater, your first family trip, your first time getting lost. Every week introduced something your brain had never seen before. And whenever something is new, your brain pays extraordinary attention. It records tiny details: the colors, the sounds, the emotions, the smells, the conversations. It's almost like recording life in ultra high definition. Why? Because your brain doesn't yet know what's important, so it saves almost everything. As a result, childhood becomes packed with memories. Looking back, it feels incredibly long, not because more time passed, but because more moments were stored. Now compare that to adulthood. You wake up, brush your teeth, eat breakfast, drive the same road, see the same buildings, talk to many of the same people, return home, scroll through your phone, sleep, then repeat again and again and again. Your brain has seen this routine hundreds of times before. It doesn't need to record every detail anymore, so it compresses those experiences. Entire days become difficult to distinguish. Weeks merge together, months fade into a single memory. It's like reading the same page of a book every day. Eventually, you stop noticing the words. There's another reason, one that's surprisingly mathematical. Imagine you're 5 years old. 1 year represents 20% of your entire life. That's a huge portion of everything you've ever experienced. Now imagine you're 50. 1 year is only 2% of your life. The exact same amount of time feels much smaller compared to everything that came before it. It's similar to money. Finding $10 feels incredible when you only have 50, but almost meaningless when you already have 10,000. Your brain constantly compares experiences instead of measuring them absolutely. So every new year feels smaller than the last, but memory isn't the only thing shaping time. Attention matters too. Have you ever noticed that time almost stops during an emergency? A car suddenly swerves toward you. You slip near the edge of a staircase. Something falls from above. Everything seems to happen in slow motion. It isn't because time actually slowed down. Your brain simply shifted into survival mode. Stress hormones flood your body. Attention becomes incredibly focused. Your brain records far more information every second. Looking back, those few seconds feel much longer. Now think about ordinary life. Most of the day passes on autopilot. You barely notice it. Without attention, time quietly disappears. Technology has made this even worse. Think about the last hour you spent scrolling. Did you remember every video, every photo, every post? Probably not. Your brain receives thousands of tiny pieces of information, but very little of it becomes meaningful memory. The result? Your mind remembers almost nothing, and when memory becomes thinner, time feels shorter. Hours disappear without leaving a trace. So, can you actually slow time down? Surprisingly, yes. Not by changing the clock, but by changing your brain. Learn a new language, visit a place you've never been, take a different road home, start a hobby, meet someone new, challenge yourself. Do something slightly uncomfortable. Every new experience forces your brain to pay attention again. It creates richer memories, and richer memories make life feel longer when you look back. Mindfulness works for the same reason. When you truly observe the present moment, instead of rushing through it, your brain stores more detail. More detail becomes more memory. More memory changes your perception of time. The strange truth is this: life doesn't necessarily speed up as you get older. Your brain simply becomes more efficient. It stops recording what it already understands. That's useful for survival, but it comes with a hidden cost. Entire years can disappear without feeling fully lived. Maybe that's why childhood feels so endless, not because there was more time, but because there was more wonder, more first experiences, more curiosity, more moments worth remembering. You can't slow the clock, but you can change the way your brain experiences every passing day. Because in the end, a meaningful life isn't measured by how many years you lived, it's measured by how many moments your mind chose to remember.